Hi Aries, welcome to Tarotpy with Rex. I hope you had a fabulous week last week, and I'm so excited to see what's going on with you this week. 10 of Swords. Something is definitely over, huh? Alright, let's get started, shall we? Okay. You're off to a good start, Aries. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, we got some jumpers all over the place. Alright. We've got the World. The Three of Swords. The Six of Wands. The Ace of Cups. Justice. The Ten of Cups. The High Priestess, ooh, the Five of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Pentacles. Alright, Aries, what's going on? So in your current energies, you have the World, which is all about success and attainment and achievement, and it's accomplishments. It can be travel. It's definitely a completion of something. So you feel a sense of belonging, fulfillment. It's a great way to be feeling this week. It's a wonderful way. But then in your obstacles, you have the Three of Swords, which tells me that you're having a hard time getting over some kind of past hurt. Maybe everything's going really good, but then here comes rearing its head this hurt that it's a constant in your life. Everything is going good. Why am I feeling this way? Why is this still coming up? It's because it's something that you haven't healed yet. You need to heal something. I know you're like, but I thought I was past that. Obviously you're not. It's still coming up for a reason, and so it needs to be dealt with. And until it's dealt with, it's going to just keep coming up. You're going to keep experiencing the hurt from it, the trauma from it. There will be a point, if you heal it, there'll be a point that you'll be able to think about it and not be affected by it. But that obviously isn't the case right now. It's still rearing its head, so it needs to be dealt with accordingly. How do I deal with it? You can acknowledge it is a good place to start. And then you can figure out why it's bothering you so much. But mostly acknowledging it, acknowledging the situation around it, understanding that when you know better, you do better. Hurt people. I don't know what the situation is for you, but there is a way to heal from it, and it usually starts by acknowledging it first. You can't just keep pushing things down and expect them to find a resolution or to just go away. It's never going to just go away, and you're like, well, I don't even think about it. It happened a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. It's affected you in some way, and probably the moment you acknowledge it and validate it, that it happened, that it affected you, and that you've moved on, you'll be able to release it, right? But if you just keep pushing it down, it's going to fester eventually. Okay, so moving on. Best case scenario is the Six of Wands. It's a victory, right? Six of Wands is all about self-confidence and progress and success and recognition and rewards and being happy about something. So you're happy. Something is just completed. You just want to be happy. You just want to enjoy your success and not be brought down by this hurt for whatever reason it's coming up. What you can use is the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is all about like emotional awakening. Just like I told you, why is this hurt coming up? Why are you still being bothered with something that happened so long ago that you hardly even think about it? Because it did affect you and you have not dealt with it. And like I said, you can deal with it starting by acknowledging it. Acknowledging that it happened. Acknowledging that it wasn't right. Acknowledging that it wasn't your fault. Figure it out. Figure out why it keeps coming up, because until you do, you're going to keep having to deal with it. And what's just passed is justice. Justice is, again, it just keeps saying the same thing. It's saying, what truth are you not acknowledging? What are you telling yourself? What are you not telling yourself? Why are you not dealing with this? it's like you just want to skim over it. And most people do. Who wouldn't want to, right? Especially if it happened so long ago. You're like, that happened like 20 years ago. Why am I even thinking about that, right? I lived through it. It's over. It's dead and gone. Why on earth would I be dealing with it now? It's because you haven't acknowledged it, and you've lied to yourself through it. You're lying to yourself by telling yourself that you're okay, because obviously you're not. And you need to acknowledge this thing that's happened to you, that's obviously made an imprint in your DNA at this point, right? If it keeps coming up, it hurts you. And you don't have to publicly admit that you've been hurt, or publicly admit this trauma or this shame or this guilt or this whatever it is, whatever emotion it's causing you, but you do have to deal with it. You have to acknowledge it, and you have to deal with it. And when you finally do, look at this, 10 of Cups, you will be able to experience life and joy and happiness and success and attainment in all the ways that you deserve to experience it. You can't just move on from stuff like that. And even though you might actually believe that you're okay, and you might actually believe, like you believe with all your heart, that this thing shouldn't bother you like this, and why is it? You need to acknowledge it. It's traumatized you in some way. And even if you're not willing to acknowledge it, your body, your soul, your inner, whatever you want to believe it, your soul needs the acknowledgement so that you can heal, in this human existence of who you are. You got to deal with it. I'm so sorry, but you do. But you have so many great things on the other side of it, of acknowledging it. It doesn't have to take eons to heal from this. I feel like this is going to be as simple as recognizing the fact that this happened to you, and this hurts you, and this is why it happened to you, and these are the consequences of this action. And once you acknowledge that and validate it, and just, I mean, not apologize, but I think just validating it and acknowledging it, like, sometimes things happen to us and we push it away because we don't want to deal with it, we don't want to handle it, but that does more harm than it does good. Sometimes you have to take that child, the child that got hurt, and be the adult that child needed, right? Maybe if it happened that long ago when you were a child, and nobody made it better, nobody helped you, nobody was there for you, right? And so as the adult now, you need to take that child's hand and explain to them, this wasn't your fault, and I'm sorry this happened to you. And sometimes that's all you need to do, is make that child feel better so that they can heal, so that you as an adult can be healed. Because there's so many broken adults walking around, and they're in their brokenness, right? And through their brokenness, through their hurt, they hurt others. And they just can't enjoy life the way that they're meant to enjoy it, because they haven't dealt with those past hurts. It's important that you try to heal yourself. Your attitude is the High Priestess, which is beautiful. You're looking into yourself. You're like meditating and going within and trying to align with spirit, align with God, align with your higher self in order to get the answers you need to figure everything out, right? You're trying to figure everything out. But I'm telling you what it is right now. I'm telling you it's a past hurt or a past trauma or something that you need to heal. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it's there. Your intuition knows it, your unconsciousness knows it, your inner voice knows it, your higher power. You really want to know how I can be happy. How can I move past this? How can I get rid of this? Because it keeps rearing its head. What people think is the Five of Cups. So people can see that you're hurt, that you're hurting inside. They can see that there's a trauma that you haven't dealt with. Most people can see that. You can't, but most people can. And they don't want to see you go down that spiral. They don't want to see you, like, they see that your life is good. You have all the reasons to be happy and healthy and thriving and strong. But this one thing, it prevents you from it, and it pulls you down, and then you just spiral, right? Don't do that to yourself. Break the cycle. Just break the cycle. Acknowledge what's happened and let it go. Everybody makes mistakes. We all go through things that make us into the people that we are now. It doesn't mean that you're like sentenced to it for the rest of your life. Absolutely not. But you have to acknowledge it so that you can move on. Your hopes and fears are the moon. The moon is all about not being able to see the big picture, and that's what I think it is. I think that you acknowledge that you have a great life and that things are really good. There's a lot of great things going for you, but then you have this darkness right inside of you, and you don't understand where the darkness is coming from. So you're not seeing the whole picture. So you're just like, I'm broken and I don't know how to fix this. But I'm telling you, the cards are telling you, not me. The cards are telling you that it's a past trauma that you need to heal. Think about it. Think about what puts you in this place of darkness, what puts you in this place of negative thinking, of spiraling, of not being happy and not being able to enjoy life the way you deserve to. You're not seeing the whole picture because you've been pushing it down for so long. You're not even acknowledging it at this point. But guess what? The cards are. And then your outcome is the King of Pentacles. If you deal with this, if you acknowledge this, if you do your best to heal this trauma, even if it seems insignificant to you, if you heal this trauma, you will have the King of Pentacles energy, which is what you want. It's security, it's protected, it's safe, it's reliable. It is abundance of happiness, of resources. It's like the perfect life, right? Like you have money, you have security, you have stability, you have safety, that you're protected. It's everything that you want in order to live a happy, healthy, strong life, right? All right, Aries, let's pull some more cards and see what other kind of messages we can get. One more shuffle, Aries. Ooh, okay. Okay. King of Cups, Three of Cups, Two of Cups. That's all about, maybe you need to find people to help you deal with this past situation. Maybe there's someone you can talk to, or maybe just sharing it with someone. You'd be surprised how many people are broken. You want to act and look like you have it all together. I understand that. And maybe you don't want to wear your emotions on your sleeve, and maybe you are kind of a private person and you like to keep it to yourself. I get that. But I'll bet you if you find someone to share it with, they're going to be able to identify with you easier than you think. Yeah, look at that. Just said that. Three of Pentacles. So teamwork makes the dream work, right? Find people that you feel safe enough to discuss this with. I think that that's going to help you. It's going to help you flourish, and it's going to help you deal with. And maybe if you can identify with somebody else who maybe has gone through a similar situation and you can see it through their perception, maybe that will help you heal yourself in return, right? And even though you may have it may have happened so long ago that at this point you're like, it's not really that big of a deal, but if it keeps coming up, it obviously is that big of a deal. On the Three of Swords, yeah, you don't have you're just not seeing the whole picture, but it is affecting you more than you think. You got the moon again. The moon is all about, like I said, during the daylight, the sun, it illuminates everything for you to see, right? And so at nighttime, when you only have the moonlight, it's hard to see that little noise behind the tree. That during the day you'd see a squirrel running, but at night it might look like it might sound like a scorpion or a bad guy or whatever, and it causes fear and anxiety, and because you're just not seeing all the things, you're just not seeing it. So in this situation, you're not understanding how much this past trauma is affecting your current state of life. It's affecting you a lot. No matter what you've told yourself to make it better, to get through, because you were in survival mode, or because of you've just been trying to get through life and survive whatever this thing was, and you're just like, whatever, it was so long ago, I don't even want to think about it. I get that. But you have to think about it because it's coming up for a reason. In your best case scenario, on your Six of Wands, yes, death, transformation. It's good when you deal with this hurt. It's going to change everything for you. You're finally going to experience, your highs are going to be high without the lows. Like, you're going to actually be able to enjoy your victories and your successes and your rewards, and you're going to get to enjoy life the way you're meant to enjoy it. Nobody's meant to carry these things with them. No, absolutely not. And the only reason why you've been carrying it for so long is because you didn't know. You didn't know what to do with it. You didn't know how to deal with it. You didn't even know that it was affecting you. But it is. What you can use on the Ace of Cups is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is all about being curious and energetic, communicating, and being inspired and alert. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention. If you're like, I don't even know what the trauma is. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I had the best life ever. Nothing ever happened to me. I have a great life. There's something. And if you pay very close attention to your feelings and emotions, like hypervigilant, pay attention to what triggers you, to what triggers those emotions. You'll get to the root of the problem. And maybe it's something that you never even realized happened or that bothered you. Something that seemed insignificant, but it really did. It took a toll on your being. It did. Pay very close attention to that. What's just passed on justice is the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords is all about being like sneaky or deceived or conflict or tension or arguments or disputes or stress or hostility. So this is what triggered this whole thing. It was an argument or a disagreement, or somebody was sneaky in some way or did something like they betrayed you in some way, and it triggered something, right? And so then you went on to tell yourself the story that you tell yourself when these things happen, but you can't shake it. You're not able to shake it and just push it down any longer. There's no more room to stuff it. You need to actually let it out, cry, let it out, talk, find people to talk with, acknowledge it. Love yourself and acknowledge that this hurt. And what's coming? Oh, on the Ten of Cups is strength. That's beautiful. You will get the strength to get through this. And I'm sorry if you feel like I can't deal with it. If you know what it is, I can't deal with that right now. I don't have time. You have to. This is coming up for a reason. It's time. It's time to deal with these things that you don't want to deal with. This is how you evolve and grow and become the best version of yourself that you're meant to be. You will find the strength. You have the strength. You just don't know. You just don't know how strong you are until you actually do it. Be courageous. Be confident. Believe in yourself. You can do this. You can overcome whatever this is. Your attitude on the High Priest is the High Priest. Yeah, you want this. You want to know what's wrong. You want to know why this is happening. You're ready to enjoy life, like fully enjoy life. So the universe is giving you the opportunity and trying to show you and tell you on how to do that. You just need to be open to receive it and take those steps. Be courageous and take those steps and do it. You got this. What people think on the Five of Cups is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is all about manifestation, prosperity, new opportunities, and resources. You're being given a new opportunity to not feel this way anymore. People see that you feel broken, or that you act broken, or something about you is, broken. You're given a new opportunity to fix it and deal with it and change your whole life and finally live and have the life that you want. In your hopes and fears, love with the 7 of Swords. Okay, so you are afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid of like being tricked or betrayed or deception or lies or scheming or sneakiness. And the Moon. You're not seeing the whole picture. And you're afraid of being lied to or deceived. Okay, so maybe this thing that happened to you, it triggers something about lies or deception, and maybe that's what somebody did to you, and that's why it's so hard for you to deal with. Hurt people. And that's all I have to say. I don't, people are gonna, there's not everybody has a great moral compass, and not everybody's gonna be on the up and up, and not everybody's gonna be straight and honest with you, but there are great people out there. There really are. And if you haven't found them, then keep looking, because they're out there. And there is somebody that's not going to hurt you and lie to you and deceive you, and that really will wish you well and want the best for you. I promise. They're out there. And if you're only finding these kind of people, then you're on the wrong vibration. You need to raise your vibration. And in order to do that, you need to change, you're operating from fear. So stop operating from fear, raise your vibration to the next level. You can do that by being sober is huge. You cannot raise your vibration if you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol in any form. You need to actually be here and now in life dealing with it, and that's one of the first steps. Also, by operating from a place of love. If you're operating from a place of fear and anxiety, it's because you're living in the past or the future. You're thinking way ahead, or you're thinking about the past. So in order to be here present, use your 5 senses. Your 5 senses, your sense of smell. What can I smell right now? What can I taste right now? What can I touch right now? What do I feel? What can I see? That will bring you present into the moment, and then start operating from here. And then start finding things to be happy or to be grateful for. Gratitude will raise your vibration, and it'll start putting you into the vibration of love. Love will raise your vibration, and then you can find your people. When you're doing sneaky stuff and you're not living your best truth in life, and you're doing things that you shouldn't be, you're gonna find that a matching vibration, okay? And so that's why you're gonna find these kind of people. So in order to raise your vibration and find a better suited people, you've got to start acting better and doing better. Be the change you want to see. I know it's cliche, but it's so true. Like all these cliche sayings, they have truth to them. You just have to find the truth. It's not as corny and as deliberate as you think, or maybe it is. Look at it, change your perception. And in your outcome, you've got the Chariot. Yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, you are in control. You are absolutely in control if it works or if it doesn't work. You have the ability to heal your past hurts. You have the ability to enjoy your life every day. You have the ability to overcome obstacles, and you have the ability to enjoy your victories. You can have it all if you really want it, Aries. It's all meant for you. You just have to choose better for yourself. All right, Aries, those are your messages this week. And until next week, you tell your truth, find your voice, and sing your song. God bless.